From the campus of Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey, Comcast Channel 5 presents high school football. Today, it's the Adam Taliaferro Foundation 16th Annual All-Star Football Classic. Hello again, everyone. Rob Christ along with my partner, Shawn Leary, 86 degrees in Mungie. Beautiful night for football. Great to be here again. We've come here each and every year, it seems, for the Adam Taliaferro Foundation Classic. Each year it gets better, and a great game on tap, no question. The finest talent in South Jersey is assembled, and I couldn't think of a better reason to celebrate football than the Adam Taliaferro Foundation.
Yo, Rob, I get charged up. First off, you got football. You've been jonesing for it from all winter long. Now you get into the spring, you got a little baseball. The Phillies stink. Baseball's no reason to watch that. And you finally get some football. And there's no more better reason to get excited than the Adam Taliaferro Classic. We had a great game last year. You get the best of South Jersey on the field. It's exciting. A festive atmosphere. They got music playing behind here. What a great night.
Undoubtedly. Well, again, a great reason to get together for a football game. Two all-star teams. You know, you might say this is an opportunity to showcase your skills, but for these players, they want to go out and win. First, let's talk about the blue team. They're led by Mike Isgro, a quarterback from Absegami. He has really rewritten the record books at Absegami, a fine baseball player, but of course, more importantly, a fine quarterback for this blue squad.
Well, he can really sling the ball around. They had him in that wide open style down there at Absegami, and he really flourished this year. Was doing a terrific job for Absegami. I think they snuck up on a couple teams. Really considered one of the best teams this year in South Jersey. And Isgro was the reason. Yeah, they had multiple sets to go in the eye. They spread it out a little bit. But the one thing was consistent. The guy was a leader. Great touch on the ball. Not only could he get a little movement on it, but he also has terrific touch. When you play up on him, he's going to burn you. He's going to throw it over top, and he's going to lay it right where you need to. That's what we're going to see tonight. Those touch passes. And somebody's going to try to challenge him. He's going to go over the top and hit a big one.
Well, he should feel very comfortable. The head coach of the blue team, Doug Coleman, the former New York Giant and Tennessee Titan, of course, his head coach at Absegami. For the white squad, their coach, Clyde Folsom, he should be very familiar with George Johnson because, again, Folsom and Johnson are in our viewing area here in Gloucester County. Johnson will go on and play major Division I football, and he will probably be chasing Isgro all night long.
Yeah, right. If there's one thing that's going to concern Isgro, it's going to be George Johnson. This guy is just an animal on the outside, a guy who's going to really shed his blockers, and he can put a hurt on you. You got to move quickly when George Johnson is on the end. It's going to be very interesting to see because George Johnson, the main thought process when you're thinking about a scheme, the block, the Glassboro team, it was always George Johnson. Now things are going to open up for George Johnson. This is what's going to happen in Virginia. It's going to be interesting to see once he gets one-on-one with somebody. Now you can see really how good this guy is. He's going to come off that end, put a lot of pressure. He also 6'5". So, Rob, you need a little touch. You're going to need to get it over the big guy because big arms of his is going to come down, either swat the ball or come after you.
Well, I have no doubt that George Johnson is going to play in college. He's going to play after college. We have a great game here on a great evening. Last year was truly a classic. We're certainly hoping and expecting the same tonight. Stick around. We'll have the kickoff after this. Welcome back to Rowan University. Before the game, a check was presented from UCare donating $10,000 to the Adam Taliaferro Foundation. The founder, Brad Bono, presenting the check just prior to this All-Star Football Classic. Again, it's to support the Adam Taliaferro Foundation, which, of course, is for athletes who suffered spinal cord injuries. Taliaferro, fantastic running back out of Eastern High School in Voorhees, went on to play at Penn State and suffered that injury at Ohio State, and he has now become synonymous with not only cervical spine injuries but also miraculous comebacks, and he is truly an inspirational story, and hence the Adam Taliaferro Classic.
Yeah, great foundation, and they've done a terrific job with this game in particular. They now it's almost like a festival going on over here. It's not just a football game. They have music. They have some games going on. They got stuff for the kids. Just a lot of fun for families to come out, and it's nice because people like myself, we love football. We can't wait for it. And I know there's a lot of people tailgating. You had Eagles buses out there, and just the football fans are out over here. just to soak in a little bit of football. It's nice weather right now, and just a fun night, just a real fun night, and they do a terrific job. Tom Icavone's come on and really helped out with some things with Larry Ginsburg, and they do a terrific job. One of the premier events in South Jersey.
Well, You Care Now, again, the supporter of the Foundation Classic with that $10,000 check. And, of course, all the proceeds from this game will also go to the Adam Taliaferro Foundation.
We also had Caitlin Rose earlier on. I see Tony Barchuk. I'm sure he liked her song. Nice job by her. A special song she wrote in memory of Nicky Brandemarty of West Effort, the young man who was tragically killed in the 9/11 attacks. And John Montega, local guy, is helping manage her, and she's a local product. If you haven't heard her sing, you might have read about her in the paper. Did a nice job before the game. It's a lot of fun over here, but everyone seems to know what this thing really is about, and that's trying to raise some money for good causes.
And it keeps getting better every year. Of course, last year we had a classic on the field, and looking to have another good one tonight. The white team will be kicking off. It'll be Lou Sebastiani, of course, out of Paulsboro to do the honors. And we're underway here at Rowan University in the 16th annual Adam Taliaferro Foundation Football Classic. Of course, high school rules prevail, and in the end zone it is a touchback. So first down and 10 for the blue team, headed by Doug Coleman, the Absegami head coach, as mentioned in the top of the show. Former New York Giant and Tennessee Titan. He has done a tremendous job with that Absegami program, and he will have his team led by his star quarterback, Mike Isgrove.
What I like, what he really did down at Absegami is he made high school football fun, gave some trust into his players, opened it up a little bit, and it really forced teams to play against that pro style where they have a lot of different multiple looks, and it confused a lot of teams. And when you have a quarterback like Isgrove, that also helps. He really anchored that offense, really got things going, and a terrific season by Absegami.
Isgrove on the center, quick drop, and he throws in the flat, has a man, and finding a seam was Landis Williams out of Pemberton.
The linebackers better be ready to back up because they're going to throw the ball around tonight. You're going to see a lot of fun out of that Doug Coleman system, and for people that didn't get a chance to see Absegami, you're going to see a little bit of a product here tonight of what they were able to do down there.
Second down and very short, just shy of the 30-yard line. Of course, the 30 is a first down after the touchback, and we'll see if they go to the ground. The big running back out of Oakcrest, Laquan Lee, your lone setback. Two receivers split left.
George Johnson's backed up into an outside linebacker, number 86.
Laquan Lee fighting for every yard, and he'll have enough for the first down, a gain of about 2. First and 10 for the blue squad.
Nice tackle by John Brunell, West Effort product. Local guy comes up, makes a stick. Get a little excited. Going to Temple to join his brother Jake. That's a good story.
Temple looking to resurrect that program under Al Golden, coming over from the University of Virginia. And they have done well recruiting-wise already. Laquan Lee stringing it out, finds a seam outside. Big hit laid out, and Laquan Lee will pick up about 9. And the big guy on the move.
Nice job by him. But Landis Williams out of Pemberton, the guy who made the catch earlier. Terrific block on that play. You see Clyde Folsom, head coach of the white squad.
This is a special game for Clyde Folsom because he gets to coach his son, Ryan. And I couldn't think of a better way for both father and son to watch Ryan finish up his high school career by being coached by his own father. And off, drop for a loss is the blue squad's David Robinson.
It's John Brownell coming in again, shooting through the gap. Watch him like a missile. Comes firing in, grabs up, wraps up, and throws him to the turf. Nice job by Brownell. So far, a terrific series by him, getting charged up, trying to get that white squad. Get the ball in their hand, force the blue to punt. Now a third down, looks like about 3 or 4, Rob.
Of course, Folsom, getting back to that story, had to miss the lion's share of his son's football games, but his son did play baseball, and every time Triton was out there, Clyde was out to watch his son. Isgrove, quick drop, has time, now flushed out of the pocket, throws it over the middle, has a man, and again, breaking tackles to the 30, down to the 20. Landis Williams is in for the touchdown. Yes, touchdown blue team.
Great vision that time by Isgrove. He's just going to roll out right, finds Williams wide open, right in front of the safeties, behind the linebackers, and then he does the rest. The big wide receiver turns on the Jets, and a big strike. Already 6-0. This is 15-minute quarters, 12-18. Only 2 minutes, 42 seconds in. And Isgrove already making an impact in the All-Star game.
Well, the kick from Seneca's Keith Calhoun is true. And the blue team quickly strikes on the big Isgrove to Williams hookup, 1-2. And it's blue on top 7-0 with 12:18 left in this first quarter.
The one thing that you really like from Isgrove, Rob, is the way he sees the field. You know, he's got a nice arm and everything, but it's his touch. It's the way he sees the field. And that's a spot right there where a lot of coaches, they kind of hold their breath, where you're talking about throwing back across the field. He really didn't throw back. It was really a strike, maybe a little bit back to his left. But it was just placed in the perfect spot, just where Landis Williams could get it, right over top of the linebackers. He had a little bit of a rush in his face. He had big George Johnson coming on him, but he just stopped, gained his composure, flung it out there, and Landis Williams does the rest from Pemberton. A nice block on that drive and 2 big catches. Landis Williams, so far, looking good in this game, and a couple plays by John Brownell. Got the white squad excited, but now they need another big play to kind of reverse the momentum back in their favor, or in their favor. This game just starting. Again, 15-minute quarter, so Rob, everyone's going to get a chance to play, and I think they do a nice job there because you got a lot of kids on the sidelines to get them into the game.
Calhoun will kick it away to Derby. And Derby from Pennsauken and Art Ellis from Sterling. A little squib kick, and here's trouble. White team does come away with it and pounded to the ground just outside the 20-yard line is the white squad, and they will start on offense. First down and 10.
Well, how about the coaching matchup? You got Coleman, guy who brings a lot of excitement to the high school game, and then Clyde Folsom, arguably one of the best in South Jersey.
25-yard line.
First down, a generous spot for the white team. Ryan Folsom, as we spoke of, out of Triton, the son of head coach Clyde Folsom, your quarterback. In motion, it's Derby from Pennsauken. And quick gadget play, and Derby. I tell you, Clyde Folsom pulling out the bag of tricks earlier here.
I love it. I love it. You get your team into the game early on, you know, and they love those type of plays. You know, Robbie, you love when you get a little halfback pass or something. It brings a little bit of excitement to the practice field, and then once you start off with it in the game, you really got your guys' attention to start early on. They try to get the blue squad maybe tightening up a little bit, not thinking right off the bat. I tell you, he was open. He had him, but he just couldn't convert.
Intended receiver Marcus Turner on his way to James Madison University out of Eastern High School. Second down and 10. And again, Folsom back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket, slings it, has a man, and he'll pick up about 4.
Nice arm strength that time by Folsom. When people see that pass and they don't give it much thought, but when you're backpedaling, you get enough on there, a little mustard, to get it to your receiver on a little out pattern. That's a nice toss.
Ryan Folsom headed to Monmouth University to play his football. Third down and 6 trips left for the white squad.
Joining Ricky Cruz. Ricky Cruz, a Deptford kid, going to Monmouth to play basketball under Dave Calloway. I think that ball was tipped.
That was tipped intended for Robert Darby.
Nice start for the blue.
And we'll have our special teams unit to come out. Back to receive will be Landis Williams. Of course, Williams, your touchdown scorer.
There's Mark Masterson. Mark Masterson, one of the Clay Award honorees this year for Gloucester County, one of the 3 top athletes of the year. He did a lot of everything for that Williamstown program.
Excellent baseball player and a superb basketball player.
Not a bad punter either.
And brought down by the White Squad's number 47, Joe Recupero from Gloucester Catholic. Interesting program here on the White Squad. You have it alphabetical by school, which doesn't make it easy on the broadcasters, and the numerical roster, which is far more traditional for the Blue Squad.
Yep. She's counting. Look, 10, no, 10. She's doing something. Oh, that's nice.
On the return team, 10 yards, first down.
That's our camera guy's little girl there. Clee Eli, one of the Franklinville residents. Clee's got his Aaron McKee Sixers jersey on. Yesterday, I wore my Allen Iverson, just in case he got traded, because there's a lot of rumors going on, so I sported the Allen Iverson. He went old school and threw a little Aaron McKee.
I'm not sure that qualifies quite yet as vintage.
Aaron McKee?
No.
Seems like a long time ago. That's when they were pretty good, when they had McKee locking all windows and doors.
Well, it was a long time ago that they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Handoff, breaking tackles, and brought down by big George Johnson is Laquan Lee. And again, what we expect is that the Blue Squad will be alternating quarterbacks through each series, and that's what they're doing here. Of course, handing off, that was Ryan Simone from St. Joe's.
Little bounce to the outside here. Johnson trying to strip the ball, almost gets it to pop out. But you can see his strength just hauling him down with one arm. After Crawford was able to bounce to the outside. Crawford 5'10".
Screen pass. And brought down from behind. Pounded was the Blue Squad's Anthony Young from Pleasantville.
George Johnson on that tackle. Good backside pursuit. Plows him into the turf. That's gonna leave a mark when you have a couple of big guys coming from your backside and they plow you into the turf. It's not what you want to hear from your announcer if you have the ball in your hands.
Third down. We'll call it 7.
Big spot here for the White Squad is they want to try to get their offense back onto the field.
Back to pass, Simone getting flushed and brought down in the backfield. Sack, the first of the evening, that from the White Squad, and that'll force that white team to punt. That's Garrett Hood out of Pensauken.
Yeah, a little pressure from the outside. Looked like Strahm was looking downfield.
Hood was in the boys there.
Yeah, nice. There we go. First one of the night.
Back punt formation, and Ellis back to receive for the White Squad. End over end, and the White Squad at their 49, shaking tackles. Now against the green, big block laid out, still on his feet. White Squad, and that's Robert Derby, finally brought down.
What an outstanding return by Derby. He made something out of absolutely nothing. He was surrounded by 4 or 5 Blues. There was nobody on the white in sight. Just a couple of shakes, and he went to the outside. Terrific job by him to gain some extra yardage. A couple of blocks toward the end of that play, but there was nothing in front of him.
He had so many guys falling down, it looked like a roller derby.
You got 2 in already.
First down and 10, I formation for the White Squad.
6 minutes, 15 seconds in, you've already got 2.
Marcus Turner in motion, and a handoff to Derby. Derby plows ahead. Pennsauken had a very successful football season, led by Derby.
Nice job on the inside by Bill Ardecki, the Clayton product. It's nice to see Clayton get a guy in there, Ardecki, with some girth, 6'2", 275 on the inside there. Does a nice job blocking, and they pick up about 4 or 5 yards on that play.
Now, some coaches have them alternate series, and some have them play quarters. Ryan Folsom still in the football game, under center for the white squad. Cutting it back, still pushing forward, and very close to a first down. A good second effort there by the white squad running back, number 38.
Tackle made by Kevin Boyle of Lower Cape May and Andrew Tolino.
38 special. That was a 38 special there. By the way, 38's not in our program.
Not on our roster.
No, but I'm going to talk about Albert Yerkes that time, the right guard. He's a Kingsway grad. I think he's playing right tackle, and he does a nice job blocking up in front. These are the guys that don't get their names mentioned too much through the year, but put them in a good situation now, 3rd and short. A couple nice blocks by the local guys.
Derby, a nice little cutback and a delay. You see a lot of running backs would go right to the line, and he just waited for things to clear, read it, went off tackle, and instead of it being close to a first down, he had it easily.
Well, some of them guys down there are pretty thick. Yerkes at 282. I already mentioned Ardecki at 275. Shaw's a 300-pounder. Mitchell a 300-pounder. Montre Wright, the big tackle out of Salem that a lot of people lay 300 pounds. There's some big guys down there, so you just give them that little bit of hesitation so they can do their job. And then you just come behind them, you pick up those couple extra yards, pick up the first down.
1st and 10, again, I formation for Folsom and the white squad. Folsom will hand it off and stretching it outside, illustrating some of that speed, and finally brought down for the white team, Claron Johnson from Cherry Hill West.
That time, him and Ronnie Coons from Egg Harbor Township. Coons wasn't going to give him any room to cut it back upfield. And you have that linebacker pursuit, and you're running parallel with him. You stretch the play out, and then you hope the corner will come up, make the hit. Nice play by Coons there, and that's what football is about, teamwork. You do your job, you make sure you string the guy out, get him to the sideline, and either you clean the play up or you have a defensive back come up and hit him in the legs.
Timeout called by the white squad's Folsom, and that'll give us an opportunity to step away. 6:39 left, first quarter, 16th annual Adam Taliaferro Foundation Football Classic with the Blue Squad on top, 7-0. Welcome back to Rowan University. And a white team after the timeout. Folsom has a man in the flat. Nice little slick move in. Touchdown! Folsom hooks up with Mike Hanf from Camden Catholic. And it's 7-6 now.
Little tightrope walking down the sideline. Hanf doing a good job, and that's just execution. We saw 2 great plays that time. One by Derby, just making a play on the punt return to set them up in great field position, and Hamp on the sideline, tiptoeing down the sideline, good body control, was able to get in and dive for the end zone, the pylon. He's able to get in and equal the score of the Blue Squad now.
Sebastiani's kick is no good, so the Blue Squad on top, 7-6. Couldn't ask for a better timeout from Clyde Folsom and the white squad, but unable to convert on the point after. And it's now 7-6 with 6:32 remaining. And it'll be the white squad kicking off. Let's take a look at this replay. Again, Folsom out of the timeout. A set and a quick out. Finds Hanf, and Hanf able to shimmy and shake. Tightrope. Just like Adam Taliaferro did it at Eastern High School. I'm pleased to be joined by Adam Taliaferro. And Adam, you've done a great job being involved in this organization. And of course, I think it speaks volumes about your character. I know that you always give credit to the people that helped you in terms of your rehabilitation, but many people could have just stopped right there, but you continue to give, and this is just a great thing to have your name be a part of.
Yeah, I'm just so grateful, because just to see where this game has come from, to see where it is today, it's just a labor of love by a lot of people. Everyone volunteers their time. Nobody's paid, and we're just trying to help people out who weren't as fortunate as me.
Well, it's great to see. Of course, I recognize a lot of faces being an Eastern High School teacher, and I recognize that still so many people from Eastern High School involved in this activity, in this event here, and I think that really speaks to how they felt about you as an athlete and as an individual while at Eastern High School.
Yeah, Eastern always has a special place in my heart, because that's where it helped me become a man, it helped me become a football player. And without Eastern, without the schooling I got there, I definitely would not be where I'm at today. And I still keep in touch with a lot of the Eastern administration and the students. My brother just graduated there from last year, so I thank that school from the bottom of my heart.
Now let's talk a little bit about what your foundation's been involved in. Obviously they're involved in cervical spine recovery and trying to find a cure for that. Why don't you get into greater specificity?
Yeah, we started the foundation first off to help people financially who incurred an injury, because it's not a cheap injury, and a lot of people, it's tough for them to afford it. So that was our first mission. Then we wanted to help educate some of the high school trainers on what to do if one of your players are injured during high school, because it's a rare injury, but it can be devastating if it happens to one of your players. So we try to educate, we try to mentor people who have the injury and families as well.
Now, I heard you on a local radio station this morning talking a little bit about, the event, and also more specifically about, the question was, do most Division I programs have the facilities that Ohio State had? Obviously, you were blessed, and you weren't sure about Division II or Division III. Is that something that you want to try to do in terms of making that more available?
Sure, and that's why this September we're actually having a symposium where my team doctor that took care of me from Penn State's coming down, and all the local doctors and trainers in this area are going to be invited just to learn about what to do if there is a spinal cord injury. So I think that'll be great. It'll be a great learning tool for a lot of trainers.
Big hit laid out there. Now, a lot of people who are out in the public obviously don't have the same exposure to you, Adam, that, I've been fortunate enough to have, particularly with your father, Andre. And I think, what a lot of people don't understand is the tremendous amount of character that you yourself and your family has brought. How important was it to have a family that is just so supportive and always so positive in terms of the rehabilitation?
I think it's got me through it 100%, because with this injury, I don't think any individual can get through it. And you're going to have your up and down days, and that's when your family's there. When you kind of feel like you can't go on, you have your family there pushing you. And with me, my family was there every step of the way, and without them, I'm sure I wouldn't be where I was at. So I'm just very thankful for them.
Pass thrown out in the flat, falls incomplete. When you come out here and you put your name on a football classic, is there any kind of mixed emotions involved in terms of going out here and knowing that you're doing so many positive things? And do you ever think what could have been?
It's for me, it would be selfish to think that way, because of course I always wonder what could have been playing football, but for me, I'm just so thankful to be up and walking, because my injury could have been totally different than what it is. I could have been in a wheelchair, I could have died. So for me to even think about playing football, for me, I feel is very selfish, but I mean, of course, it always sneaks into the back of your mind a little bit.
Well, at Eastern, in the senior high school, amongst seniors, they've incorporated the book from Sam Carchidi about the Adam Taliaferro story. And one of the things that I always found remarkable was just that positive attitude that you were not only able to keep, throughout the tough times, but even maintain. A lot of times you have to stay positive, and now that you've come, and it's truly remarkable to see you. Your gait is fantastic. I mean, unless people really know you personally, they probably wouldn't understand everything that you went through. Your recovery's been remarkable, but how difficult is it to continue to maintain that positive attitude, or is that something just innate?
Yeah, I think it's innate, because for me, it's kind of like, hey, the injury happened. It's no use in dwelling on it or feeling bad or feeling down on yourself. You just really got to move on. You have the injury, you get positive, you move on from that point, and that's what I've been trying to do. I never really, thought why me or why not me? You know, for me, I feel blessed to have a great support team behind me and great people around me. And without them, I wouldn't, be where I'm at.
Now, let's talk a little bit about Adam Taliaferro. And obviously, this is going to be a big part of your life for the rest of your life. But what else do you have on the horizon?
Right now, I'm just in law school, and that's my main focus right now, just trying to get through that. I have 2 more years. I just finished up my first year, got 2 more years of law school, and still trying to find my path in life.
Now, last time we spoke, you had mentioned that you were gravitating perhaps to becoming an agent. Is that still your interest?
You know, that's one of the main reasons I got involved in law was with the hopes of becoming a sports agent one day. But after being in 1 year in law school, you realize there's a lot of other things out there besides sports. So, of course, that'll always be my first love, but I don't want to pigeonhole myself into just doing sports.
Now, the last time I saw you, I pulled up next to you, a big run here by the white squad and a little spin move and finally cut down. A big run by the white team. And Art Ellis from Sterling able to get that white squad rolling. Last time I saw you pulled up next to you, you're driving in a Mercedes. You had, well, before we get to that, Adam, why don't you give us a little play-by-play here, or a little color?
Oh, okay, we had a play action there, and the quarterback's rolling out to the left, and it's looking like our quarterback we had last year with Michael Robinson at Penn State. See, that's the thing about quarterbacks these days. They're not afraid to run, they're not afraid to take a hit, and see that guy, he wasn't running out of bounds. He was there taking a hit.
Art Ellis out of Sterling. Now, as I was mentioning last time I saw you, were pumping out the jams in your Mercedes-Benz there. So obviously things are going well for Adam. And I think, a lot of people here watching the broadcast or coming out to the game probably wonder, what can we do to help? So what can people do to help?
Right now, we just take donations. Thankfully tonight we were blessed with a great donation from UCare Now. $10,000 donation, and what they're doing is something awesome. Is that if you sign up with them for phone service, they give a percentage of their service to our foundation. And with us, we're just taking private donations, corporate donations. Any way we can get money is more than what we had the previous day, and it's more that we can give to help anyone with a spinal cord injury or a head injury. So we're just we have our website, taliaferrofoundation.org, and you can find out all about what we're doing with the foundation.
Again, in terms of the foundation, just so many positive things. Fumble and finally picked up, brought down. So many positive things involved in the foundation, and so many people that it has helped. Any anecdotes of anyone in particular that you want to share?
Yeah, actually one of our recipients is here tonight, J.J. Reynolds, who was a high school kid from George Washington in Philadelphia, who got hurt back in 2004. And it was just so sad to see a kid. I was 18 when I got hurt. To see a kid that's 15, 16 years old get hurt. And we were able to give his family a check just to help retrofit his house to, put ramps and wheelchairs. And we really helped him out. And just to see him come back and, still thanking us. And actually, he just moved his legs for the first time about a month ago after being hurt for 2 years. So that's very inspirational.
Wow, absolutely. And again, as you mentioned, some of the money of the foundation goes specifically to help people out because it is so costly. There's so many things that people take for granted in terms of their everyday movement, their everyday life, and just in getting around in terms of ramps and doorways and everything else. When you started to kind of rehabilitate yourself and get up and running, what was the first thing that you started to really think about in terms of what you had taken for granted every day?
Just getting up out of the bed. I remember when I first had my injury, just trying to get up was a job. And you don't realize how blessed able-bodied people are to be able to just get up and get a glass of water. And for me, just being able to get out of bed was an accomplishment. And then just being able to stand up.
Again, a pass out to the flank. And the white team continues to roll here as they still trail 7-6, but seem to have all the momentum here as Dirk Rannick out of Woodbury, the big tight end, rambles on down inside the 15-yard line. Now, of course, your rehabilitation is ongoing, correct?
Yeah, I just had hand surgery actually last summer because due to the injury, I had lost some motion in my right hand, and we had surgery with that, so I've been doing some hand therapy. But I still go to the gym every day, try to stay young because I'm getting a little old now.
Oh, please. Well, the one thing, Adam, that you have to feel good about is that you have really touched so many people in terms of your story, in terms of your heart, in terms of your work ethic. And speaking of work ethic, all the way inside the 1 yard line, just continuing to fight. The Audubon running back just inside and trying to stretch out for the end zone. Coming up short, but they're knocking on the door here. Let's take a look. Adam, why don't you take us through this play?
Okay. We got a little simple toss here to the running back, and this is a hard run. You see him breaking 1 tackle there, breaking 2 actually. And that's the great thing about this running back here. You see him keeping those legs moving, and that's the #1 rule as a running back. Never stop those legs.
John McCloskey out of Audubon, the running back here, as the white team starting to exploit the blue team defense. Goal line, and the blue team will hold the line. 2nd down. So, again, as I was saying, Adam, the one thing you have to feel good about is that you have certainly made a mark on so many people in terms of your approach, what you're doing here. And, you know, again, the one thing that I think, for me personally, that I take away from your story, and I think that probably most people do, is that, you know, there's so much minutia every day that you get caught up in, and you get upset, and then you look at someone like you who maintains that positive attitude despite everything that's transpired.
All right, and that's the great thing about it. You know, getting hurt was the worst part, but everything after that's been very positive, and being injured put a lot of things in perspective for me. You know, little things I used to get mad about. I look back to what I've been through, and I get mad at myself because, you know, I'm just blessed to be where I'm at today, and little things you thought were big deals aren't such big deals after you go through an injury.
No, it's very true. I mean, you know, whatever it is that people get upset about, when they think about the Adam Taliaferro story and what you have done to persevere through that, and the inspiration that you are to so many people, and how hard you've worked, because, I mean, people basically told you didn't have a chance to rehabilitate yourself, and now when I see you, I mean, it's truly heartwarming, and again, it's just a great story, and I think that there's a reason behind it, and again, it's that positive attitude that you continue to portray. Touchdown here for the white team. Adam, again, any parting thoughts before you go?
For me, I would just like to thank everyone that's been involved with this game tonight. You guys, as well as You Care Now, and everyone, all the corporate sponsors, all the sponsors. You see their banners hanging up around the field. Because without them, this wouldn't be possible tonight. So I'm just very thankful to everyone. Like I say, my name's on the foundation, but there's a lot of people who make it happen.
Well, again, that illustrates just some of the humility of Adam Taliaferro. Adam, we look forward to seeing you again next year, of course. We'll keep an eye on your progress, sure. And I don't know, maybe one day you can be my agent.
Hey, I hope so.
Adam, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Adam Taliaferro, again, his name on the 16th annual Adam Taliaferro Foundation Football Classic, and truly an inspiration. And if you haven't purchased the book from Sam Carchidi about Adam Taliaferro, I strongly suggest that you do, because it's a great read, it's a quick read, and it is truly an inspiration. And it's great for every age. It's great for sports fans. It's great for parents to share with their children. And again, I think it's great for people just because it is all too true that you get caught up in life and you lose sight of what's important. And knowing Adam Taliaferro and knowing what he went through, it really puts things into perspective. So the white team missing on the 2-point conversion, and they lead the blue by 5 now here in the first quarter. Just 42 seconds remain.
And I'd just like to add on something. Is some of the people here know him as Adam Taliaferro now, who went to Penn State, and a lot of people probably didn't get a chance to see him play. Rob, when I saw him play, he was the best player on the field. This isn't, you know, like a story of some kid, you know, and sometimes people embellish. No, he was the best player on the field at every high school game that he was on. He was unbelievable with the ball in his hands. And as unbelievable as he was on the field, he's that way off the field. He really is a nice guy. He was a nice guy then, and he's a nice guy now.
It's true. And, again, his parents are great people, so it's no accident that Adam Taliaferro has displayed such courage and such character, such humility, truly an inspiration. And, you know, it's great to be a part of this event.
And he's got a Mercedes-Benz?
It was funny because I was pulled up to a light and I said, someone's jamming with the rap here in a Mercedes. You don't see that every day. They got the windows out and the speakers are pumping. I look and I said, yo, Adam, you must be an agent already because you're doing pretty well for yourself. And he just kind of said hello, gave me that easy smile that he has, and went on his way. But
what's that website? I'm just going to give him an email, see if we can hang out.
You want to sleep over tonight?
Yeah. Not with you. Just want to hang out with Adam, you know, maybe hang out in the Benz. That's how I roll.
That's how you roll. But, you know, you mentioned about what a talent he was. Many people were very surprised that when he went to Penn State that
made him into a defender. Yeah.
That Joe Pa made him into a defensive back, because they really felt that he could have been truly an NFL caliber running back. And again, on the slant pattern, the blue team trying to roll as the blue team's Nick Strom out of Palmyra shuttles one. And we're inside of 35 seconds now.
Well, the momentum has definitely shifted to the white squad right now. Offensively, they're starting to click. A nice play by the Woodbury product, Dirk Rank, on that little sideline pass. Some good individual effort also by the Audubon boy to get him down to the 1 yard line. But this is a high-scoring game so far. We got a couple of 3 touchdowns in the first quarter as it's about to come to an end.
And pushing forward, picking up about 4, is the blue squad's Laquan Lee. He has had the lion's share of the carries this evening for this blue team.
Good, hard, tough runner.
That'll do it here for the first quarter. The white team bouncing back after the blue squad scored first, but unable to convert on the extra point, and the 2-point conversion makes it 12-7. Stick around. We'll be back with the second quarter. Welcome back. Second quarter action, 12-7. White team on top in the Adam Taliaferro All-Star Classic. And the blue team now starting to move the football loyal enough for the first down as Laquan Lee really eating up.
You could call him Laquan, I call him LL. He's moving. Laquan Lee is really doing some moving right now. One thing I like about this guy is he's a big guy, but he keeps his shoulders square. And when you're able to do that, you can turn back upfield. You know, you get that movement continuously upfield. And that's what you want, especially when you're a big guy. You want to get that momentum going. You want to go north and south. You want to eliminate, trying to get around the end. He knows his role in this team. The guy who's going to come in there and get some tough yards, and he's really running the ball.
Strom makes the pass and almost takes out our cameraman as he finds David Robinson. And Strom, that's not an easy pass.
There it is, the jersey.
He's got the moves like Aaron McKee, too.
Aaron McKee. He's playing a little defense there. He's back in.
Should change it to Aaron McClee.
He hung in there for a little while.
McClee.
McClee? Yeah, there you go. Little Gloucester County Times football writer, John Zagone, on the sideline, hanging out, enjoying the game.
This is not an easy pass.
No, watch this hit. Bang! Nice job staying on his feet that time is Robinson. But a big hit coming up on the corner.
Brandon King hog-tied him. Second down. And again, Laquan Lee into the secondary, and more than enough for the first down. He's continuing to eat up ground gains and clock.
Yeah, I think it was James Scott who had the big hit, but speaking of the big guy, there he is, Laquan Lee. He's doing a nice job on this drive. And Rob, when you get that guy, you get him in some open space, he's hard to bring down. I mean, he's not a guy you're going to be able to just hit once or grab him around the waist. It's hard to bring him down. You're going to need to be able to form tackle with him, try to wrap him up.
First and 10, high formation for the blue squad. Strom hands off, and a new running back here will pick up about 3. A good surge here from the blue line.
Looked like Strom might have had some problems with the snap that time. I think he might have almost lost the ball.
Jason Liberty out of Cherokee, your ball carrier.
I think Strom had some problems there with the exchange. Nearly fumbled it away when he hands it to the running back. The running back had to wait just 1 second there. And that allows them linebackers to come up and make the play. Trips right now.
Back to pass, and Strom going up top, deep, and overthrows everyone as he tried to find the deep post for Anthony Young, but overthrown, falls incomplete in the end zone, bringing up a third down.
And he tries to go up top, and that time there was enough pressure to force him maybe to throw a little bit too early. White squad's numbers are hard to find on your roster.
It's true. Third down. And a reverse deep in the backfield, cut down Landis Williams. So George Johnson was having none of it.
That's when you play that end, you got to make sure you don't over pursue. And that time Johnson's just going to stay at home, waiting there just for the ball carrier, and there's no room. Landis Williams with a couple of jukes early on. You're not going to be able to juke the big fella, especially with that wingspan. Again, he's 6'5", Rob, so there's not a lot of room there. You can't. It's hard to get around him and try to block them big balls away and try to get to the outside. Johnson Moore just being the thought process, making sure that you stay at home, and make sure you make the tackle.
Little laundry here on the field.
He had 12 in the set. We have a dead ball, illegal substitution on the offense, 5 yards, still 4th down.
4th down here, so they'll back it up a little bit more. George Johnson, you saw his helmet. What's neat about this game, these all-star games, they kind of trade decals and slap on decals from every team. George Johnson, I think, literally has every team on his helmet. It's like advertising. There's just no space available.
George is a good athlete. Another guy honored for the Clay Awards, one of the top 3 athletes in Gloucester County. Excellent football player, but also one of the top 2 or 3 basketball players in the county as well.
Got 2 of them here. I guess who the 3rd one is?
Yep.
It's going to be tough. Is the 3rd one from Washington Township?
No.
Oh. Okay, then I would have been wrong.
But he was close, the guy you're thinking of.
Well, there's 2 from Washington Township.
There's George. Look at that helmet.
Where can you stick another sticker? It's like, when you give your kids the stickers and they just put them all over God's creation.
Yeah, I know that one.
Look at that. Look at the back of that helmet there. I mean, you got a lot going on.
I got stickers all over my house.
It looks like one of the ties that you normally wear.
On the return, block in the back on the receiving team, half the distance, 1st down.
When you wake up in the morning, you're scratching your back, you're like, what the heck? And then you find out it's a sticker. You got 2 or 3 stickers on your back. I got the kids with the stickers. I know exactly which one. There he is. TJ going to Virginia.
You got the Haddonfield, you got the Viking there, you got Glassboro, you got a little bit more schmutz over there.
You should be sporting a Clay Award something. You gotta get a Clay Award sticker.
Big C there. Or maybe some Play-Doh for the Clay Awards.
Yeah, they'll stick a little Play-Doh.
Can have maybe Demi Moore doing a little thing with it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're trying to get at, the movie.
Yeah.
No.
Not a big Demi Moore fan? You like the other guy, or?
No, I don't like any of it. It was the Ghost, right? Was the movie?
Yeah.
They don't. If it doesn't have like a ball or something in it,
too scary for you?
Yeah. I'm sports, man. You just give me sports, Hoosiers and Friday Night Lights or whatever. Just those movies.
I've never seen it. Pitch out of the end zone and cutting it back. Big hit laid out by Shawn McHugh out of Lenape. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and long.
Speaking of long, this is a long night. You got 15-minute quarters, so we may get into stickers and stuff like that a little bit. This is one long game.
We already did.
Yeah. We'll get into crayons in the 3rd quarter.
We even got guys trying to hawk 50-50 to the play-by-play guys here.
A great group of athletes in South Jersey, especially in Gloucester County this year with George Johnson, Mark Masterson, the guy you're forgetting, Alex Silvestro, who still will have another year at Paulsboro. Going to have a big senior season from him, and expect that at least in football, wrestling, and baseball.
Beautiful pass from Ellis, still on the sideline, on his feet, finally cut down, but a big play there as the white team, deep in their own end, able to throw that screen, finding Robert Derby for the first down.
Matt Mignonia from Eastern does a nice job on the sidelines, getting a good block. Springs Ellis. Ellis is, for a lot of people who didn't see him, Rob, what a great athlete he is over at Sterling. I mean, this is a guy that probably didn't get enough recognition this year, but that was a good team.
There you see Mignonia, the center from Eastern High School. He'll be playing his football at Salisbury State University. Don't get excited, Shawn. That's Salisbury State, not Steak.
Robert Darby on the carry.
Already had dinner on my.
His father, actually the mayor of Voorhees, and if you recall the last couple of years, not this year, but the last couple of years, his sister Kelly sang the national anthem before the Adam Taliaferro Foundation Classic. He played baseball for me there, and we did not play this year, but I tell you what, we really missed him, and I'll tell you why. What a great kid. What a tremendous sense of humor he has, and he's going to be very successful as he goes on to Salisbury State. He's the type of guy that people really gravitate to because he is just fun to be around, tremendous sense of humor, and someone that really creates a bond chemistry-wise within the team, and I would not be surprised that within this week he has made a ton of new friends already.
Well, they gravitate to him, and then they bounce completely off him because this guy's he rolls over some people. That was a terrific block on the sidelines that he had, and he's doing a nice job on the inside. I'm starting to see that the white team is starting to dominate the line of scrimmage, and I don't care if it's high school or college or the pros, if you're able to control the line of scrimmage, you're going to win some games, and that's why the white is doing a terrific job so far here, 12-7 up, and they're moving the ball pretty effective.
Ellis scrambles, throws it up. Caught! What a fine catch made by Dirk Rannick. Woodbury tight end, and if you're named Dirk, you better live up to that toughness, and he did right there. What a great catch.
Well, I think we talked about this before the game. Would you rather have a guy who can get open or a guy who can catch the ball? And that's what I'm talking about, a guy who can catch the ball. Terrific concentration that time, finds a little seam, is able to get up, tip the ball to himself, and enough concentration to haul it in. And those are the type of passes, when you come back to the huddle, your quarterback's going to thank you. Thanks, I threw that a little over your head. Good job. Nice way to bring it down. And that also will sustain a drive. When you're able to pick up that third down maybe that you wouldn't have converted without a good receiver. Those are the type of things that you need for a really good offense.
Derby fumbles the ball, picked up, and finally brought down is Ronnie Coons out of Egg Harbor Township. So a big turnover after that big play by Rannick.
That's a momentum killer. At that time, I don't know if the exchange was right there and it might have bounced off. Here he's going to try to get it in. And yeah, he's able to get it in with a nice job from that defensive end position. Able to strip the ball. Not sure who there was that poked it free, but Coons, the recipient of the fumble, able to pick it up. And now the Blue with a little momentum reversal. Maybe they can take the lead once again.
Saw some of the big crowd on hand here. It seems every year the crowd gets bigger for the Adam Taliaferro Foundation Classic. First down and 10 for the Blue. Inside handoff, and just not a whole lot there for Jason Liberty.
You know, he's doing a good job down there. Montre Wright, there he is, number 79, the big fella from Salem. 300 pounds and every bit of it. He is a mean guy on the inside, takes up a lot of space, and he's doing it. And we're talking about controlling the line of scrimmage. You're also doing that defensively as well. Not allowing anything on the inside. You got Wright on the inside. You got Johnson on the outside. Nice tandem right there. Hood also.
Down over him.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, why not? If you got it, flaunt it.
He worked hard on that. Why not show it off?
Exactly. That's what makes him a football player right there.
Well, he's the type of guy, he just stops everything up the middle. And you need that for the defensive line. Take a look at the crowd on hand, and that's just fantastic. A beautiful night for football. As I mentioned, the crowd gets bigger every single year. We'll have great football for you after this. Second quarter, White on top by 5. Welcome back to the Adam Taliaferro Foundation Football Classic. 6:56 left in the second quarter with the white team on top 12-7. We join you back in progress, and pass falls incomplete, just out of bounds to Tommy Crosby out of Hamilton.
His goes deep on that time, trying to get the corner out, just lay it up, little touch pass to the outside shoulder, and that's that touch that we were talking about before the game. Just lays it up. Perfect pass, just not able to keep the feet in bounds. That's where you want to throw that ball.
Third down, long. Back to pass again, flushed out of the pocket is Isgro. Isgro has a man and hits him. Fine throw made by Isgro, hooking up with Crosby.
That was good. That's the sign of his arm strength. We just saw the touch, now it's the arm strength. He's going to roll to his left, and you have to have pretty good arm strength to get it out about 15 yards to the left as he's rolling out. Little zip on that pass. Goes back to Crosby of Hamilton. He's a big target. When you get a guy who's able to get to the outside, has good speed, and again, a nice target there for Isgro. We already talked about his ability to pass. When you have somebody there that you can sling it out to, and they already showed what Landis Williams is about a wide receiver. You had this guy, it's nice hands.
David Robinson cut down. Joe Recupero from Gloucester Catholic with the tackle. Second down. We'll call it 10. 5:45 left, first half. And the blue team on the move. Isgro. And fakes the pass. Tucks it under. He can move. Still on his feet. Isgro shaking tackles to the 10. Cuts back. Cut down at the 9. And that should be a first down.
He's just a good athlete. And there, gets away from Johnson, gets away from a host of people. Shakes and bakes, gets to the outside, and you need Chris Lingham of Overbrook to finally make the tackle. Nice job by him to just come up. Watch us moving around, fooling our cameraman. Isgro bounces to the outside. And a nice touchdown saving tackle by Lingham.
Ball spotted just at the 10-yard line. So first and goal for the blue team. Isgro on his way to Delaware Valley.
Yep.
And they have really turned that football program around. With Rowan defeated them this year in the playoffs, really put a lick on them. But I'm sure Del Val and Rowan will meet again. And this may not be Isgro's last game here at Rowan University.
That's right. He's going to hang with the ultimate standout, Kyle Reuter of Clearview, who's now at Delaware Valley. Speaking of the standout, it's coming up this September, second season, local reality show. A lot of people are excited for that.
What is that?
See, I knew you were going to say that.
Well, I'm teeing it up for you here. Go ahead.
Okay. Local reality show. We're going to feature 16 kids from the area. They're going to compete in a survivor type setting. Let's get this play first.
And a loss there, so third down now for the blue team.
They're going to be competing like different sports, you know, when the team loses, they're going to boot one of their members off. A lot of different things are going to go on. A lot of
it's going on
different
with
events.
the Clay
So
Awards.
you got to kind of be, a good athlete.
What's going on with the Clay Awards?
You got the Clay Awards coming up tomorrow night. It's going to be airing.
Didn't we have like a survivor type thing with the Clay Awards last year?
Yeah, it was kind of the culmination of that standout.
So
this year it's going a little differently. We're going to shoot it during the summer. We're going to air it in September.
All right, I see.
A lot of great athletes. You have Nina Camioni, the best volleyball player in the state, going to be in the standout. Alex Silvestro, one of the top wrestlers at 215 and 215 pounder in the state.
Screen pass. Not much there, so blue team going in the opposite direction. Fourth down, that'll bring on the field goal team.
That was made by Mike Chappelle of Clearview.
So
Colorful Ryan Carney from Delsey.
What type of things are they going to be doing?
Well, they're going to give it all away, but I mean, they're going to be just different events.
That's
pretty much any sport
in the business
that you
we call this a tease.
Yeah, but you don't want to tell, the kids don't know exactly yet. You know what I mean? It's still got to shoot. And if I disclose that information,
well, let's pretend that
millions of dollars could be lost on this.
This is all hypothetical. What type of things might they do hypothetically?
Well, I mean, hypothetically, you might,
And fourth down, they go for it, and it falls incomplete.
A little shot there. Lucky it wasn't caught for the late hit. You want to see a little football, a little soccer. You got a little golf, maybe a little tennis. Think of a sport. It's going to probably be involved.
Okay, so you're going to have like a volleyball player playing football. Got to put her in the pads and sack her.
She's got to show some skills.
Maybe have like
swimming.
Are you going to fly the kids to Acapulco? Maybe have them do some cliff diving.
You never know. It could be on the agenda.
I'm excited. When does this come on?
This comes on in September. It's going to run probably through November.
That used to be my favorite, the cliff diving, because if you didn't jump right, then you die.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna go that far, but we
maybe
might
they
have them go out for a pass.
They could just jump into like a kiddie pool from the top of a garage or something. What do you think?
No.
Just hypothetically.
They may jump rope or something, but that's about it.
They might sprain a toe or something.
You just wait. You just watch. Just watch.
When does this?
All I'm going to say is just watch.
What night does this come on?
It's going to be coming on. We haven't decided that yet.
Okay. That's part of the challenge. You've got to first find the show.
Well, again, don't want to disclose too much information.
This is one of those things that the viewers can play at home. You have your own challenge. When's it going to be on?
Just look for Channel 5, and you'll be seeing that in the Gloucester County Times and some different things. Yeah, somebody getting carted off there. That's one of the things in the All-Star games you hate to see. Somebody get injured.
Timeout called here. 1:39 left in the first half. And the name of your show is The Standout, correct?
The Standout. That's right. 16 kids going to vie for the ultimate standout. Last year, Clearview's Kyle Reuter was against Pittman's Cindy Jenkins.
I remember that, and they had to know the combination to the lock.
They had to know the combination to the lock. Yeah, it was a little. That was a challenge. That was definitely a challenge.
If you recall, you screwed something up, so you even made it more challenging.
Yeah, so how hard it was.
The joke was on that.
We made it impossible for them.
How much of a standout you are.
Yeah, that challenge is definitely.
That's even tougher than the cliff diving.
Yeah.
At least you have a chance of making the cliff diving.
Yeah, that won't be part of it.
No.
But there is some other ones, and we're excited about it. There's a lot of excitement this year with the Play Awards and the standout.
It's palpable. Can you announce some of the people who are involved besides you mentioned a couple?
Kyle Carney at Delsey just played in the Carpenter Cup. He's going to be a fun character, I think, in the show. He's a very colorful kid, a lot of fun.
Romance?
Who knows? I mean, last year I think maybe we might have had a couple people exchanging numbers. It was nice.
White team now.
Nice
Folsom still on his feet and pushing forward. Finally brought down, but a nice little pickup for the first down from Folsom.
Yeah, just going to pull it down. Nice moves. We saw Isgro there moving around a little bit. Timeout. Maggie Dutil from Pittman, one of the girls, basketball player. Mary Kate Bonner, a gymnast. Not the tallest kid in the competition, but very spirited. I think she's going to be a nice character in the. Then Carmen Aliberti. Aliberti name's pretty big around the Clearview area. Very good athlete.
He's got a lot to live up to after Reuter won last year.
Yeah, and Reuter's already told him that. Brenda Giles, I think, really one of the nicer girls, and a lot of fun. She's going to be pretty funny, I think, from Paulsboro. I think she's going to be a good one. I think they're all going to be good ones. You got Fish. Fish is a character from Deptford. Ethan Fisher, a baseball player.
From
Deptford.
Deptford.
Yeah. Lauren
Should be fun.
Eckley from West Deptford.
As soon as I figure out when it's on, I'm going to watch.
It's look in September. You're going to see. I'm telling you, the promotion for this thing is going to be unbelievable.
That narrows it down to a month.
Yep, we got it. September, Channel 5.
Okay.
We have the
We're getting
executive.
warmer.
check local listings. The executive producer is on into our ear.
We'll pump that
Leave
up
it at
during
that.
the football season.
Yeah.
Of course, it's football season now, apparently, so we're pumping it up.
Yeah, well, we just talked for 10 minutes on it.
All right, second down. White team continuing to roll. They're content to keep it on the ground and run some clock here. They will get the first down with 59 seconds left. Again here, do you think you start to put it up in the air?
Oh, absolutely. 59 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I know you got the lead and stuff like that. You got your kid in there, and let them go for it. You got the first down now, then maybe you can have some fun with it and see what you can do. We saw this a lot this year. How many times did we see end of a half? Just you thought maybe somebody's going to be running out the clock. That's why defensively you have to maintain the pressure. You know, make sure that you wrap up. Make sure you go after the ball carrier. Don't get lazy at this point in the game, even if you think they're running the ball out.
That Woodbury-Paulsboro game against them.
Glassboro in the final.
Yep. That was one of the greatest games we've ever had on Channel 5.
It's actually the you're going to see that at the Clay Awards as awarded as I think the greatest game of the year.
Rightly so.
It's one of the mentions. There's a lot of things at this year's Clay Awards that we've added. That the greatest play of the year, greatest game of the year, best comeback on a couple freshmen.
2 lines, baby. 2 lines, baby.
And that'll do it for the first half. So the white team content to run out the clock as they head to the locker room with a 5-point lead. Blue squad went out on top quickly 7-0, but the white bounced back with a pair of touchdowns, missed the extra point and the 2-point conversion. That's where we are. We head to break. White on top of blue, 12-7, 16th annual Taliaferro All-Star Classic. Welcome back to the Adam Taliaferro Foundation All-Star Football Classic. Underway here in the third quarter. The kick to begin this second half returned by Derby from Pensauken. 1st and 10 for the Whites.
Jason Williams of Collingswood just laid somebody out. You're the collective "oh" from the crowd. So coming out hitting is the white squad, and this is where it gets kind of interesting. We had some fun in the first half. We had Adam come up, and we were joking around a little bit. But this is where the game kind of starts getting a little bit more serious. These guys start hungering for the win and want to get that pride for their jersey. And I know that sounds a little silly, but they really do want to win for that squad and that all-star squad, what they're representing, either the white or the blue. Typically, the white usually has a lot of teams from Gloucester and Salem County, a little bit of Camden County, a little bit of Burlington. Usually got that South Shore type schools and some of the northern schools like Willingboro on the blue squad, Absegami and Pemberton and Seneca, and then you have Cherokee, but then you also have like the Hamiltons and the Lower Cape May, Ocean City type schools down on that blue squad. So some of the same schools typically you see on both squads, and they start getting a little excited about the game now here in the second half. 12-7 for the white squad.
Second down. Folsom sprints out, drives a man wide open at the 32. He'll be cut down at the 36, but not before gaining the first down. And the white team continuing to roll.
Picks up the first down, moves the chains. That's a good job by the receiver, getting to the sticks, making sure that they pick up the first down, get enough there.
Look for a first down, 1st and 10 white from their own 35-yard line.
A lot of coaches come out. This has really become a nice event, and a lot of coaches support. I like to see the support of the family members, but more importantly for the coaches. You want to see them come out and still support the kids. And, you know, it's like giving back. They've given you for 4 years, and you come back and see them in an all-star game, and I think that's nice to see. And you see a lot of coaches always here. Dan Paycock, I see Frank Fusatola. I was hanging out with Dan Levin a little bit from Clearview. Coach Barchuk's on the sideline for Kingsway.
He's probably pretty confident since
Tackle made by
Bill Washington, I know of Clayton's here. That's nice. You know, you get a guy like Bill Hardecki who was there in your program for a few years.
Way to go.
They come out to see him at an all-star game. I think that's very commendable for the coaches. You know, it's a Thursday night. They probably could be hanging in, but maybe they get a little juiced up for the football again, the return of it.
Second down. Long 5.
I mean, this is good football, too. You've seen some big hits, some nice defensive plays, a couple of big plays on on both sides so far.
And that ball knocked down, but an attempted pass.
Good call.
And the coaching staff on the sideline was desperately trying to catch the attention of Ryan Folsom. And as soon as he did not see them and called the play, they had their hands on their head as if to say, oh. You see Clyde.
See Dad not happy, shaking his head. Yeah, I wish we had a mic
offense,
tonight.
decline. Third down.
Would have been nice to have a mic to see, you know, the reaction with him and his son.
3rd and 5, ball is at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I think that's really the. When you look at this game, that's a special night for the Folsoms. A lot of people have written about it in the newspaper. Gloucester County Times will probably have a story on the afterthoughts of how the game went for the two of them. But that's kind of neat because of the fact that, you know, a lot of coaches and a lot of people don't think about this. I'll talk about that after this play.
Quick drop, Folsom inside slant as a man, first down. A timing play, and that illustrates how quickly these teams have really come together.
Right.
And that was something that head coach Doug Coleman spoke of in the pregame, and that he was just amazed at how quickly these players could absorb this offense.
And that's not easy to do, especially on the other side, the blue squad. I mean, they got a lot of different looks for a team. I think you hit on this earlier about, you know, Folsom. A lot of times he didn't really get a chance to see his kid play. He was doing his thing as a coach, and a lot of parents are able to see their kids play. And I think that's kind of nice tonight. What makes it special is that he gets this extra seeing live in playing before he goes off to college.
Absolutely. Pitch on first down and a sprint. A lot of room to operate there, and again, it's this white team really taking advantage of things as Santangelo out of Gloucester Catholic picking up a big chunk, about 8. Saw him on the basketball court as well.
There's a penalty marker on the play.
Flag down.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards, repeat first down.
I know I really want to enjoy the summer and kind of relax, you know. I definitely can use a couple of weeks to just chill up, but I'm pumped for next year, man. I'm already pumped for football and the start of the year. We have some great athletes in the county. And it's just going to be, I think, an exciting year. As over the last couple of years, and I've probably been doing sports maybe about 8, 9, 10 years in the county. Over this last year and these last couple of years, you could see the talent level in Gloucester County really starting to rise. And even in South Jersey, we have kids now.
I'll look at the baseball draft.
All right, well, you look at Billy Rao, first kid ever to be taken in South Jersey.
Shawn Black.
Shawn Black, that's right. You have kids like George Johnson going to Virginia University. Now, I mean, University of Virginia. A couple of years ago, you might have had one guy, maybe that might go to Division I. Now you're starting to see that, you know, from the county, from just Gloucester County, you're starting to see 3 or 4 guys go. You know, so 5 or 6, and going to pretty big schools. You look, Lamont Robinson from Salem last year going to Oklahoma.
Folsom's pass falls incomplete.
His teammate, Corey Smith, now the first-team preseason pick in the MAC at Cincinnati as a linebacker, who didn't get maybe as much recognition as Lamont. Same team, Salem. It's just a little Salem. And you look at Glassboro. You got Dorian Bryant now, one of the main receivers over at Purdue.
Cincinnati's in the Big East.
Cincinnati, that's right. Cincinnati now big in the big. I'm sorry, you're right. Cincinnati's now in the Big East. Big, you know, this is just a kid who's a sophomore this year, who's come on to do some good things. You expect to see Anthony Scarrato returning punts for Penn State. That's exciting. You're going to be able to see him on TV. We've seen him a lot over the years on our station on Channel 5.
And Folsom's pass right on the money, but a big hit laid out by the Blue Squad's Anthony Young from Pleasantville. And that'll bring up 4th down. Of course, talk about West Deptford. I mean, what a job that Clyde Folsom has done. I mean, it's just a juggernaut right now. And, of course, Rutgers' football program has really been elevated the last couple of years. But in their minds, I think, and in the minds of many, their top recruit this year, their big get was Cordell Young out of West Deptford.
Yeah, we saw him materialize and blossom into one of the terrific players. A lot of people know about his running. This is a kid that I think will transform good to the college game because he's a tough guy. When he started out, he was trying to open the holes up for Tommy Walls, who was a big running back. Here's the snap.
And I believe they were going to try to fake, and that just blew up. So the blue team now will have the momentum as the ball is turned over.
They had the momentum at the end of the first half and went forward and on 4th down, wasn't able to convert. This is a chance for them to get a quick strike. They might try to go up top right off the first play. But you're right. You know, I think Cordell Young is going to turn into a nice college player because he's a tough kid. He was a terrific blocker. Maybe one of the best blockers on that team is just a sophomore, and we know what he did this year on the field.
I'll tell you what.
Outstanding.
3 of their top recruits were from South Jersey. Cordell Young, Corcoran from St. Joe's, who I did not have the opportunity to see it all, but from everything I've heard is an absolute bull. And Ryan D'Imperio, who I've had an opportunity to see on the football field doing some games for CN8. And unfortunately, I had to come coach against him.
Yeah, in baseball.
And I tell you what, he is a big kid, but his speed is unbelievable. He is going to wreak havoc in the secondary, or excuse me, in the backfield of many a college program. So those 3 guys from South Jersey are going to have a big impact on that Rutgers football program. And I think if in fact that happens and Rutgers starts to elevate itself, you're going to see Rutgers really have a presence down here in terms of recruiting, because for so many years Rutgers has really gravitated towards northern New Jersey, and that's really with all of their teams. I know baseball, even that's the case, even though Dan Betteridge from Washington Township also will be going down there. Pass across the middle, and again now the blue team just turning things around on that momentum as the turnover, the botched punt or botched fake, has really created a change in attitude and momentum here for the blue.
And you know what? That should happen, because if you're going to try to make it a state university and really, you know, make it a New Jersey, would you love to have Dorian Bryan as your wide receiver at Rutgers?
Let me tell you
Absolutely.
something. If I had my druthers, and obviously this is maybe not the most subjective approach, but I would much rather have an all-star team from the South than an all-star team from the North. I mean, you look at collegiately, you know, you got guys like Mike Rozier who won Heisman trophies from down here. And
going to get in
for the touchdown, yes! Laquan Lee has had the ball in his hands many a time tonight. This time, the first instance in the end zone, and the blue team on top 13-12.
The double threes just doing a nice job of running north and south. Watch him here, and you talk about a big guy as a bull right here. Watch, a nice little cut there to go to the outside. That's a big guy. Able to square up, and look at the strength here to power himself into the end zone. That is just leg strength and power. Up and down, and he's hard to bring down. Laquan Lee, I think, has been one of the best players in this game, especially for that blue squad.
No doubt about it. So the blue team now goes on top 14-12. And, you know, it's funny how this game works. The white team has really had so much momentum, has really had the lion's share of the football throughout the evening. And yet, here it is, the blue team, big opportunity, they cash it in.
Yeah. And that's what you need. When you get a little mistake by a team, this is whether it's an all-star game or a regular season game or playoff, whatever. When a team makes a mistake, you got to be able to capitalize. And the blue squad doing it there. And Laquan Lee finishing things off.
Here you see Doug Coleman. He looks like he just got done washing his car there. He's got the shirt tail hanging out and the Shorts drooping. He looks like he, and I tell you what, he's retired from the NFL, right? He's been coaching for a while. Take a look at him. He looks like he's 25 years old.
Yeah, he looked real young.
I tell you, after I talked to him, I walked away and I said, what am I doing? I mean, geez, I look like I'm 80. He's probably the same age as me.
Yeah, I still look pretty good. I don't know about you guys.
I think you look great, Shawn.
Yeah, I'm starting to get some grays in my beard, and you know, it's happening. Things are going downhill. Almost another big play here by the Blue. Nice job that time. That's pouncing on the ball is Steve Licoletto from Haddon Heights, and that's just a good play. I mean, when you're able to get down there, get your hands, that's having good hands and being able to make sure that you cover up there. You should get a couple of pats on the head. He gets one from Tony Barchuk. He's excited about that play. I think Tony Barchuk's excited about every play.
He's fun.
He's
so enthusiastic.
You're not going to hear me say a bad word about Barchuk. That guy is...
At least not on air.
No. On air, off air. He is fun to be around, and he's a good coach down there at Kingsway. That's one of the reasons why we like doing what we're doing. Get a chance to talk with these guys and meet them, talk about the football team. And how about that softball team this year? Coach B's softball team, Kingsway. Pretty much unstoppable with Jamie Minix on the mound. They had Rice down there, I believe, the big hitter. A couple of good athletes on that team. Coach B.
Dave McNatt, your ball carrier. I don't know if we can get a shot of number 65 on the white team, Thomas Stallard. But let's first take a look. Thomas Stallard, your guard there.
Look at big number 65, moving some people out of the way. Comes in, makes a hit, keeps on pushing, keeps on pushing.
I just want to take a look at his footwear, because this is right out of the Shawn Leary School of Dress.
Oh, yeah.
See him there right on the end. Ellis fighting. Took up about a yard.
Yeah, this is our fashion of the night. I'm glad you pointed this out.
Because you love footwear, and if anybody has Shawn Leary style, it's number 65 style. Now you see 65. We can take a look down at his feet and get a look, because he's got the Shawn Leary models. There you go. See that? He's got the red on the left, and he's got the blue on the right.
Love it.
See, and
don't
Shawn,
like it, love it. Look at that.
A lot of people don't know this, but that's what Shawn does with his shoes, because that way he knows which foot goes into which.
That or I'm colorblind. It's either one or the other. But he's got the whole red, white, and blue going for him.
Ellis, play action, out of the pocket, has time, has room, and that is shut down quickly, driven out of bounds. Hit made there by Joe Spahn out of Florence.
Now, these guys have thickened up too. You know, they're getting ready for college football. So Ellis is saying, you know, it didn't feel quite as hard as during the Colonial Conference season. I mean, you're getting a bunch of all-stars coming at you and whacking you on that outside. You know, sometimes you got to think, and I know Adam said this about guys taking a hit and not going out of bounds. Sometimes it's probably pretty smart to make sure that you go out of bounds.
Franco Harris used to be the master. He'd never take a hit. And a little pooch punt, bounces, and down. Not much there.
I think that was a misfire. I don't think it was a pooch. I think that just got off the side of Masterson's foot. We saw him earlier put a boot into one earlier. Speaking of Masterson, what a terrific job he did this year at quarterback for Williamstown. Took over that team in every sense of the word. I mean, he was the leader on that squad at quarterback. We knew what a good basketball player he was. But for Frank Fusatola, he just really did a lot of good things for the team, just led the team. Not big numbers or anything, but there was a confidence about him, and it's shown in Williamstown's very good season in Group 4 and also of course in the
I think he surprised a lot of people on the mound too, because when Williamstown was playing baseball, anytime he was on the mound, he was a formidable opponent, and he kept that team in every single game he pitched.
Well, his dad said it was the type of kid that, you know, you only heard him when you heard the kitchen door open. You only saw him at the dinner table, and this guy, the kid that just went out and played sports and just enjoyed
It's great.
His youth, and he said he's all about sports, and that's one of the things that his life is about. He loves sports, wants to get into it as an adult. And a good guy that's going to, I think he's going to do real well. He's got a good head on his shoulders.
Strom back to pass, has time, has a man, and overthrows. Good coverage by the white squad.
That's where that timing thing, it's kind of difficult, you know, to get that thing down. It's like a side judge might have gone down.
He got impaled by the number 10.
It happens.
It's kind of like the stickers you were talking about before.
I think the number 10 hit me before, but it was actually a person with the jersey.
Are you going to
put me out against Paulsboro?
I was getting excited. I thought you were going to tell the Derek story.
No. Midget football days.
It's probably when that movie came out.
Had a whole different meaning for me. I remember number 10.
We'll step away here, third quarter. Adam Taliaferro Foundation Football Classic, 14-12, Blue on top with 3:24 left in the third. Welcome back to Rowan University. Rob Christ along with Shawn, Leary, and the blue team after a timeout, and Strom gets a white team photo. Up close and personal.
Yeah, the heat came on him, and the good coverage downfield as well, and that's why you get that coverage sack where everything is shut down for you, and you're trying to look for a little outlet there, and all of a sudden the big guys start coming after you. Everything closes up.
So fourth down now, and the blue team forced to punt it away. Darby back to receive. And it's Derby at the 20. Shakes.
Darby at the 20.
To the 25, 30, and finally run out of bounds. You see some of that speed of the Pennsauken graduate.
George Johnson just leveled somebody along the sideline. Had their shoulders turned. You really got to pay attention on them punts, man. If you're not, oof, you see some guys just get leveled. You wonder how they get up. They get right up.
George Johnson's one of those guys that you have to know where he is at all times, because otherwise he's going to punish you.
They're a gifted athlete.
He's probably a Glassboro basketball team.
Yeah.
Inside handoff, breaking one tackle deep into the secondary, on his way. The white squad finally brought down inside the 35-yard line. And that is John McCloskey.
Another guy. It's good to see these teams who didn't have a whole lot of success, but they might have had a good athlete. Now they get a chance to play with some other all-stars, you know, on a good team. And you're seeing McCloskey here having a nice night. He's had a couple of nice runs. He's loving this. I'm sure he hated playing against Ellis when he had to line up against him against Sterling, but now they get to be able to play with him. That's got to be exciting for him.
Inside, the white team trying to push around that line. That's Dave McNett.
Here's that run. It's a good block by McNett to spring him open. That's where you need that big fullback to get his nose in there and take on a linebacker. And then good speed. McCloskey able to break through the line, then dart to the outside and pick up some big yards for the white, trying to come back after leading at halftime. They fell behind here.
Ellis's pitch is wild. Ball fumbled towards the out of bounds, and the blue team recovers. Another turnover here. They just have to rule whether he got it in play. I believe they did. And now the blue team once again stopping a drive of the white.
And this is when Ellis is a very good athlete. And this is a spot where he's going to make the pitch and he's going to be a little bit behind him. Sometimes, if you're a great athlete, this is where it can hurt you because others may not be as gifted as you are. You think, all right, well, I can make this play and somebody else is going to be right there with me. But sometimes your athletic ability may not be the same level as somebody else's. That time the pitch goes behind him. And as a quarterback, you have to make sure that that pitch gets out in front of the guy. That time it goes behind him a little bit and you turn the ball over.
That's a good point.
Second and 10. On the 37-yard line.
Short gain, second down. About a minute left in this third quarter. It's been a tight one, 14-12 blue. Each team scoring 2 touchdowns, with the white team failing on the extra point. Try to get 14 via the 2-point conversion. That also failed. That's where we are. Isgrove, deep drop with time. Now getting flushed out. And he won't get away this time, as he's cut down for a loss back at his 35-yard line.
Josh Nevin of West Deptford making the hit on.
Looked like Josh Nevin was in on that play of West Deptford. I don't think we've called his name yet tonight. Another one of Clyde's guys who's going to be sorely missed. There's some good athletes leaving West Deptford, and they don't. I don't know if they have. They've had West Deptford has had. They had a great group for a while, and sometimes they'll kind of filter down. You might have a couple younger brothers and everything. I don't know if they have that solid core of kids coming back this season or next season coming. I think you may see a little bit of a gap from what's happened over at West Deptford over the last couple of years. These next couple of years coming up.
Well, that'll do it here for the third quarter. Stepping away, 1 quarter left to play. Blue on top of white, 14-12.
Fourth and 12.
You're gonna get a roughing.
Roughing the punter here by the white team, and they have really shot themselves in the foot time and time again here.
Here's the moon. Look at that moon.
What would you call that? It's not a quarter moon.
Nah, it's
a crescent moon.
Looks like a banana. One of them banana moons.
I'm not sure that's a scientific term.
You got running into the kicker on the defense, declined. First down.
Okay, so the reason why they're declining it, that would have been a 5-yard call, and they like the punt. They're taking the yards there instead, because it wouldn't have picked up enough for a first down. People thinking, all right, well, you got the penalty. Why wouldn't you take it? But they wouldn't have got enough for first down. Then you have to punt again. You may not had the better field position there.
Are you surprised that was the call, running? Looked like it was roughing.
I thought it was roughing. Yeah, I did too. That's where you could get a punter, roll up under his leg. And, yeah.
Well, the white team catches a break here. They trail by 2. 11:49 left here in the fourth quarter. 16th annual Adam Taliaferro Foundation All-Star Football Classic, benefiting cervical patients, spine-injured patients. Adam Taliaferro, of course, injured in a football game playing for Penn State University. Now, still with time. Dancing, Colson with time. Now he'll tuck it under his arm, try to pick up a few yards, and he does.
Yeah, he had nothing open on that other side, so he's just going to pull it down and try to pick up a couple of yards.
Gain of 5, second and 5.
Good job by him, just to pick up 3 or 4 yards on that play, because there There was nothing open. He wasn't in position to give it a good heave. There was a guy who was trying to stretch the field, but just wasn't in the position to get it out there.
Second down for the white squad.
There you go.
Yeah, some people,
6.
and you see it in the crowd a lot, and you see this whether it's in high school or college or pro. You see guys, oh, he was wide open. He was wide. And why couldn't he get? Because it's, you know, when people say the flick of the wrist, for some quarterbacks, yeah, that really happens. But for most quarterbacks, you really have to be in position to make that throw. If you're backpedaling or moving to the left or to the right, you got to be able to step into the throw. If a guy's 40 yards downfield, it's not like he just flicks his wrist, really.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5 yards. Still second down.
You know, you got to be in position to be able to make that throw and just step into it. Now, some of them quarterbacks can do that, like Marcus Vick, who's got an incredible arm, and some of these other running backs in the NFL. But most quarterbacks that you're going to see high school or college level, it's a little difficult for them to do that sometimes.
Second down and 1 now after the encroachment penalty on the blue team, and this will result in a first down. So the white team again continuing to possess the football and yet trailing.
You hear that a lot, like we're doing the games and we're coming down from the game. My kid was wide open 3 times. I don't know why I couldn't hit him. Well, when he's running for his life, you know, it's kind of hard for him to be able to get that ball out to your son. But it's kind of funny to hear some of the parents sometimes that get a little confused during some of those plays.
First down and 10 for Folsom in the white. Inside now of 10 minutes and 10 seconds. Folsom will launch it, and again trying to find the speedy
flag here. White side squad wanted a flag on that play.
There you try to isolate Edwards, showcasing some of that speed, and again, that's a timing play that's tough for these two guys.
Right, and this is something that needs to be practiced over and over again to get really good at it. And they only had a couple of days here at Rowan University. These kids will come here, they'll stay at the dorms for a couple of nights, get to know each other, kind of joke around, have some fun, maybe play some cards or something like that, watch a little TV. It's really fun for them because, you know, these are guys who maybe played against one another but never really got a chance to get to know one another, you know what I mean? And it's kind of a fun week for them. They, like you said, with the different stickers, that's the guys that you know that just went around and just had fun and just got stickers from everybody.
Ball. False start on the offense, 5 yards, still second down.
It's Joe Bates.
You can tell the guy who missed his girlfriend, you know, they usually have no stickers on their helmets because they're either on the cell phone talking to her the whole night, you know what I mean? They have no stickers. You know, they're just hanging in, little homesick.
I'm all the way here in Glassboro.
But a guy like George Johnson.
Yeah, it's tough.
he hung with everybody.
All the way on the other side of town. Folsom. And now he'll launch it. Man wide open. And that illustrates some of the arm strength that we talked about. Why can't he hit me? I'm wide open. Folsom said I can, and he did.
That blows my theory completely out of the water because that was actually a flick of the wrist, and that's one that shouldn't be completed. He's opposite side of his body, throwing back across the green. Terrific arm strength there.
So this white team is eating up a lot of clock and really beating up this blue defense as the clock continues to wind down. 9:40 left in the fourth quarter. White trailing by 2. Folsom has the white squad on the move. I formation for Folsom. And again, the handoff.
Darby's pretty quick, isn't he? Pensauken guy. What a shocker they were this year, huh? No one expected them. They came out like gangbusters in the beginning of the year. Knocked off a couple of schools, including, I believe it was Cherokee in the beginning of the season.
Cherokee and Eastern, if I'm not mistaken.
A lot of people expected Cherokee to have a huge year.
Oh, yeah.
And Pennsauken comes in and knocks off Cherokee without its quarterback in the game, but still a big win for them. I think they also beat Washington Township.
Folsom back to pass, and there we have a miscommunication as nobody home.
Pass intended for Marcus Turner is incomplete.
Looks like Folsom made some friends too. He's got a few stickers.
Yeah. There's no real science apparently to putting those stickers on. It's
Slap them on.
third down. Folsom. One running back, and it's Darby. Pitch to Darby. Off tackle. Has room. Cuts back inside. That'll be very close to a first down.
Tackle made by Joe Shawn and Kevin Boyle.
And it was enough for the first, so first down and 10, and the clock continues to move along with this white team. A sustained drive here, nicely done by the white team. Eating up clock, chewing up field. 8:20 left, first and 10, Folsom.
Darby's strips right now.
We're going to have a motion call here.
Trying to split everyone out. Rod goes straight up the middle with the one back. It was Bakari of Washington Township.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5 yards, still first down.
See, that's when you got to throw and you got to say, Nick, you got to wait a minute. Washington Township, minute.
May have been it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that was mine. You got two of them off the bat. I figured I'd go at it.
Stretching. The that was his first carry, so I think he was kind of chomping at
Well,
the
yeah, of course you're getting a little excited.
First down, Folsom will pitch. And they'll find Darby, and Darby into the secondary again.
No one home there. Everyone is waiting for Darby there. No one around to help block on that play. And remember, they need at least a field goal here. Who is kicking for them? Oh, it's Sebastiani. Of course.
Remember, he missed the extra point.
Well, he's got the strength. Coached by Dom over there at Paulsbury. You know he has some leg strength.
Yeah, they do a great job with kickers.
They do a great job with every face.
This is true. Folsom back to pass, getting pressure, the blitz, and bounces off one man, and now try to throw it instead. What a tremendous job by Folsom. You can see what Monmouth University likes about this young man. Is it looked like he didn't have a prayer, and he just bounced off like a pinball and kept going.
This is what I was talking about with when you're rolling out, and you might have a guy open downfield. There's no way, if he pulls that ball back off, he may get that fumble. Clyde Folsom not happy about something.
He wants a timeout, and he's going to get it.
Timeout, defense.
And he's giving the business there to Mark.
You think these guys don't care, right?
Not quite sure what everybody's angry about.
Oh, wow, this is getting heated over here. You have Coleman coming over.
Wow.
And saying some stuff over to Clyde Folsom. These two are not.
I don't see.
Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you why they're upset, because you're not allowed to blitz in this game. And Folsom's upset because he saw a blitz. And Coleman's taking umbrage to it because he said, I don't cheat. I'm not blitzing. So
He's probably giving one of his players, and he's probably telling him right now,
Well, Folsom obviously is invested in this because it's his son as well.
Right. Well, he probably would be that way with, pretty upset with any kid, but especially that it is his kid back there. Of course, you're going to be upset because you don't want your kid getting away. He's going to Monmouth University. You don't want anybody getting hurt out here. And Coleman's probably telling him, listen, I didn't call that. One of our kids probably took it upon themselves to get in there. But Clyde was, I can see why he wasn't happy. Now these guys are going to talk it over. Probably tell both sides to make sure you don't blitz.
Couple of zebras there conversing. Saying, I don't cheat either.
It's the friendly All-Star game.
It's Pat Murphy, right?
No, that right there. Pat, I didn't say that. Pat's on the sidelines. Not like that guy wasn't a nice-looking guy or anything. I don't want to say that. I don't want to get that guy mad at me.
Hey, do you want another shovel?
You're the one that said Pat.
Folsom out of the shotgun. And now we'll throw the screen pass. Down to the 20 and inside to the 16-yard line. And he finds his teammate, Nick Beccari.
See, that guy was a little bit younger than Pat, that's all.
Then why don't you tell the truth, man?
That was it. I don't cheat.
It's an honest mistake, right?
Yeah, it happens.
Gary gets the ball to the
Watch here, they're just going to get it to Beccari. Little screen set up. Beccari going to try to make some moves here, try to shake and bake, and then you get the big fella coming from behind. Just swallows him. Not before picking up some yards. That was big Brendan Shaw of Cumberland.
Darby bounces now to the outside, angles, and that's going to be a face mask.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen Darby. He's electric.
Yeah, this is textbook face mask here. He's going to come to the outside. He's got you beat by the corner. Now you're just going to try to grab anything. And that's a face mask, people. That's 15 yards, or half the distance.
Well, the white team continues to roll. We'll have the penalty call here.
Personal foul, face mask. On the defense, half the distance to the goal, still first down.
First down now, down to 6:25. This has been one prolonged drive. Well over 4 minutes. Remember, this all happened because of the referee deeming it a roughing, or excuse me, a running into the kicker as opposed to a roughing the kicker. Otherwise, the blue would have maintained possession. Instead, it's the white knocking on the door inside the 5-yard line, 14-12 with 6:10 left. Clock running, Folsom.
And you're not saying that definitely was a roughing call. It just could have been called a roughing call. It wasn't a blatant miscall or anything like that by the refs. Not in. Borderline running roughing. It was close.
Down to about the 2-yard line now, inside of 6 minutes. Darby's, we talked about Laquan Lee earlier today, and he did a great job already for the blue team. We haven't heard the last of him scoring a touchdown, the last touchdown for the blue, but I tell you, Darby's been impressive as well.
Darby's had a nice game. And right now, having a nice game is this offensive line. I've talked about this offensive line taking over.
Inside, running behind McNona, the center, touchdown! So 18-14 now. And they'll go for 2 again, I would assume. Try to make it a 6-point edge. 5:21 left in this football game.
Regular snap, Murph.
Folsom with Darby in the backfield. Two receivers split right. Now coming in motion to the left. Folsom looks with time, has a man and overthrows. Falls incomplete, and we'll have an opportunity to step away with 5:21 left. The white on top of the blue, 18-14 in the Adam Taliaferro All-Star Football Classic. Welcome back, Rowan University. The white team will kick it away with the lead.
Wow, look at this.
Sebastiani getting all of it.
That's like taking back the driver and letting it rip. That thing was booted.
I was out there doing that just the other day. My one time a year I get to play golf.
Yeah, we've been talking that we go sometime. We still haven't.
Yeah, we still haven't gone, have we?
5:21 to play in the game.
Bob Schreier, he loves his golf, doesn't he?
Yeah, big time golf. Down to Pittman. This is the manager down there.
The blue team looking up with the completion and stretching it out to the 40-yard line. 20-yard gain for the blue. Answering right back here.
Still plenty of time with 5:12 left. You can get into your offense. It's important to keep the chains moving. You got to pick up the first downs and think about that. You know, instead of going for the extra yardage drive, you know, maybe you want to break to the outside. Sometimes you're going to think, let me just cut it up inside, try to move the chains, continue to give my football team a chance. Down by 4 here.
Little swing pass. Very close to a first down once again. So the blue squad starting to roll here. Ryan Simone, your quarterback from St. Joseph High School.
David Robinson with a nice job of turning the shoulders back upfield after he catches the ball from Northern Burlington. He got the ball to the 50-yard.
White territory. It is 1st and 10. Just inside midfield.
1st and 10 for the blue. Clock continues to move. 4.5 minutes left.
This is where conditioning comes in. This is where see who the big player is. You know, a guy who really wants this win.
And again, another quick hitter. Finding his big-time tight end, Tommy Crosby out of Hamilton.
Yeah, nice 6'5" target.
Ryan Simone completes the pass to Tommy Crosby.
That guy's 6'5" with them hands. That's such a great weapon. And we've seen over the years, in this game, we've seen some really good receivers, some big targets, guys, 6'4", 6'5", with good speed.
Ball at the 41-yard line, 2nd and 1.5.
That's the norm in the NFL and college. You get these big wide receivers.
Penalty flag here. They'll slow things down.
And another one. This one might be after the play. Blue squad pointing away the white squad. Now they're backing off one of the players there for the white squad. Still chirping. Still trying to calm them down. Looked like it was Jason Williams of Collingswood.
Waiting for these guys to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Well,
There's some decision. Go ahead.
We're going to have a great football season again, as you mentioned. Our own producer, director, Stan Ritter, always puts together a great schedule for us here on Channel 5, and it's something we're looking forward to. I love doing football.
We We should have a couple. Yeah, it'll be. You got Lamar Lancaster or Woodbury. This is his senior season. It'll be exciting to see him play. Maybe we get them on the schedule. We got Deptford. They're always exciting. You get a couple kids on that squad. Clearview, of course. You always usually do the Clearview-Deptford game.
Last year we had an opportunity to go
We
down
have a
to
live
see
ball
Clayton.
foul on the offense. We have an illegal formation. We're going to enforce 5 yards. Then we have 2 dead ball fouls, personal fouls. On the offense and the defense, they will offset. Repeat, second down.
Wow, that's a lot going on there. That's why it took so long.
Back it up, guys. Back it up.
Here is your website, www.5ontheweb.com.
Nice website. A lot of information on that website about local things
Is there
going
any
on.
headshots of you, Shawn?
Back up, coach.
Yeah, actually, we're
Probably
getting
going to get tens of thousands of hits now. You can save that and use the headshot of Shawn as your screensaver. Use it put it on your desktop. Shawn Leary all the time.
Sounds exciting.
That's an understatement, Shawn.
We got some different things going on. We got a lot of different shows on Channel 5. We
got going on?
Sports. We got the Clay Awards coming up. That'll probably make it on there. And Standout, I'm sure there'll be a lot on that promotion. There's Al Malahan, Frank Delano, Jason Morrell, the coaches there. Jason Morrell's done a nice job coming back and helping out at West Deptford.
Still confusion reigning on the field.
Let's tighten up the seam, boys. Let's go defense. Tighten up the seam. Line out, George.
There you go.
55. Let's go, Zay. Stop. Big stop.
Sure everyone knows.
It's like a day in my house as to what to have for dinner. That's the kids. That's the in-laws. That's the wife. 3 hours later, we're sending out.
Tell everyone but us.
Get to that flat, George. George.
Big third down here.
Little swing pass and nothing doing. So 3:30 left, and we'll see if the blue team goes for it on 4th down. What do you think, Shawn?
You know what? You have some timeouts here. You know what?
Just going to wait till we get into a formation? Is that what we're doing?
I'd do whatever this guy's going to do. This guy was the New York Giant, for God's sake. I'll go with it, whatever he thinks. Let me see. I'll let you know after I see how this thing works.
It'll be a punt, Shawn.
It's definitely going to be a punt. Now, you said, what would I do? I might have sent my...
Big punt. Isgro with the football. With time. Throws it up. Has a man wide open. Hits him. Touchdown. Shawn McHugh from Mike Isgro.
I ain't going to lie to you. I would have called that same exact play.
Honestly, I was thinking of fake there. I didn't think they would go for the home run ball, but they did, and they were successful. And again, another exciting finish here at the Taliaferro Foundation Classic. The blue team jumps out on top 20-18. They'll try to add one.
Remember, Sebastiani, we already saw him with his leg and his ability to on kickoffs, and that'll also come into play here with 2:49 left. Let's try to get it into his field goal range. If they're able to convert here, it would either be able to tie or possibly, if they don't make this go ahead.
Now his kick is up, and it's good. The blue team on top now, 21-18. 2:49 left, and the white team has been successful in moving the football. We'll see if that trend continues.
See? Go with the Giant. even though he was a giant.
Or a Titan.
Or a Titan. Yeah, let's call him a Titan because the Giants. I don't like him much anyway then. He's a giant. I'm an Eagle fan. You know what I mean?
I do.
Seems like a nice guy, but he's still a Giant.
Mm-hmm. He's now a Brave, actually.
Now a Brave, yes. I don't like the Braves either.
Think you'll be getting the letters from Absegami High School now?
Nah, I don't like the Braves. I didn't say the Absegami
Well,
Braves.
he's an Absegami Brave. You said you don't like the Braves.
Well, they're thinking about the Atlanta Braves. You know,
Probably.
follow me there with the whole Giants thing and the Eagles. I went to the Braves. Come on.
Might be getting letters
Wake up,
from
snap
the
out of it.
Cherokee Nation.
Nope. Here's GJ, or as I call him, Dre, because, you know, me and him are tight.
Uh-huh. You call all the guys are tight with Dre?
No, just him, because that's his nickname, Dre.
Just trying to keep track.
The deep end for the White Squad, Robert Darby.
Meet him, we
and
hang
Art
out with
Keller.
Adam Taliaferro in the Benz.
All right, Calhoun will kick it away. Another exciting finish here. 21-18, blue team on top. 2:49 left. Calhoun. A low line drive will angle towards the sideline, picked up by Ellis at the 5. Now the 10. He's going to change direction and really string it out. Now cuts it into the 15, the 19, and very close to the 20. It's a lot of work.
A lot of work, yep.
And now a player is down, and that is exactly what you don't want to see in this All-Star game, particularly at the end of the game.
Coleman comes running out. Wants to check on the guy. Probably is.
Stay near me and stay.
Okay, maybe a hamstring. That's the Blue Squad's number 20, Darnell Lamar from Bridgeton. They're kicking him down on the field. 2:38 left.
What personality do you have? You have regular?
Not quite sure what the nature of the injury is.
Regular.
Yeah, not sure, but just hope that he's going to be able to be all right. Maybe got his bell rattled, maybe lost his wind a little bit, or no. Looks like it's his leg.
Well, they're picking him up for both of them, so we're not quite sure what that is.
We just turned an
This is it's interesting because here at Rowan they have the next turf, the field turf.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which it is, but you know, for years the trend was to go to AstroTurf, and then they got rid of AstroTurf. Everybody's going back to grass, and now you see everybody's going to this new hybrid. It's not a hybrid. In some instances it's a hybrid, but you have the granulated tires there. And Folsom
Tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Ball's incomplete.
Yeah, that was tipped at the line of scrimmage. He might have changed direction. He's looking for Darby there. On the outside, he was open, but a nice jump at the line of scrimmage. I think that was number 63, Kyle Gerard. Or no, I'm sorry, Alex Iannone from Ocean City. That might have got his fingers on there and just tipped that pass. This has got to be exciting for the Folsoms. Now you're in a 2-minute drill. You know, you got a chance to coach your son, try to win the game with it. And how dramatic would that be? What a great ending that would be to the career of Ryan Folsom. Here, at least a high schooler wearing that helmet of triumph.
Folsom. And again, a little mix-up there. So third down here and 10.
And Folsom right now is saying, you got to look back. That time there was no one on Darby, and if he turns around, he would have picked up at least enough for a first down. And Folsom's telling me, you got to look. You got to make sure and take a look back at me, especially if no one's covering you. I'll go to you. That's the, you know, it's like a hot route. You just take a look at him and say, all right, no one's on him. I'm going on him. And that's why, as a receiver, also you have to know that as well. But of course, we're in an all-star setting. These guys haven't hooked up enough to kind of know what each other's thinking and the way each other plays.
3rd and 10, a big play here for the White Squad. Folsom again in the pocket with time, throws, has a man, and it's dropped.
Just a little bit behind him, trying to roll out and get it out there. Just thrown a little bit behind the receiver.
There you see Dirk Rannick from Woodbury. He made a great catch in the first half. So 4th down and 10, and it looks like the white squad's going to go.
Actually, I think that was Mike Hant of Camden Catholic, I think maybe.
That's correct.
Mike Camp of Camden Catholic, it is incomplete, 4th and 10.
This is
So now it's Rannick
probably
coming
ball
onto the
game.
field. We've seen the hands that Rannick has displayed. 4th down and 10, 2:26 left, and there's going to be a timeout called, and it may be Coleman
Timeout.
calling timeout.
Blue.
It is.
good decision by him. 4th down, wants to make sure that everyone's in the right spots.
Water up.
Good coach, good young coach.
Excellent
Good
coach.
Yeah.
He's really done a nice job at Absegami.
Big fan of Absegami and the coach Coleman. But the call he made was excellent. I mean, the fake punt. I like what he's done here. Of course, what he's done over at Absegami, you can't dispute that. Right? Coming in with the different multiple looks. He has Isgro as his quarterback and really puts him in a situation. And this is a guy who knows football, is probably going to be around for a little while and maybe get some opportunities elsewhere. There's Al Malahan, another good guy in South Jersey.
Some of that great crowd that we spoke of earlier today. Still on hand for this exciting finish.
It is 4th and 10. The ball is at the
Humid evening. There's talk of thunder showers. The good Lord is held out.
by 3 with 2:26 to play.
Big play here.
Fourth and 10. 2:26. Folsom in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers split left. Folsom getting flushed out, and he's sacked. Big rush put on by the blue squad, and that may just do it.
Good rush from the inside by the blue squad. Folsom and coaches, they like to go, they're electing, it looked like they were trying to go for a deeper route. Folsom had nowhere to go with the ball that time, and
Blue will take over on downs. It is 1st and goal.
looks like the blue squad's going to prevail this year. Now you better believe they'll be trying to strip the football, and I know Coleman probably alerted his offense of that, is make sure you hold on to the ball. They're going to be trying to go for the strip.
Isgro with the sneak, bounces off, and he's cut down after a short gain.
And here you almost want him to go down. You almost, you know what I mean? You really don't want him bouncing around and getting out of that pile. Somebody clubs the ball or something pops out. I know it's just an all-star game, but these are 2 coaches that have shown that they want to win the game. They've come up with some pretty good plays in each team. Again, just the pride of wearing the jerseys. You know, they're different kids every single year, but you can see down there the emotions of both sides, that they want to walk off wearing their helmets as winners. You know, they're representing their schools. In his George Johnson case, there's 30 to 40 schools on his helmet, but everyone's representing their school. And
His ground.
and
a fumble.
Yeah.
Ball is loose.
Again, trying to get him to just go down. You just hope he just goes down instead of trying to fight for those extra yards. I think he might have got the ball up there. They're saying.
Well, you're talking about, you know, the pride of wearing that uniform during the intermission at halftime. Had an opportunity to talk to Steve Duncan, who played at Gateway High School, and you know, it's great to see. Not only are these guys proud to wear that uniform, but he played in this game some years back and continues to come back and be a part of it and take it in and recognizes everything that it stands for.
Right, and then you know, you're rooting for your, you know, I'm sure he's rooting for the Gateway kid in here, and I'm trying to, Rybczynski, I know, is representing Gateway tonight. And you're kind of hoping, rooting for him, and you come back, see the game. And again, I mean, this it's trying to seems like we're talking this game up. And we don't really need to. This is great. You get a great game. You got good athletes on the field. It's exciting. You got the festive atmosphere. Everyone's excited for some football again, and just a ton of fun.
1:21 remaining in the fourth quarter.
I mean, it's no secret. I'll come out and say I love football. I just think it's the best sport. I like doing the basketball games. It's fun to do them. Baseball and softball. And it's kind of neat. But football is just, there's something about it. And I think there's a lot of Americans that feel the same way I do. It's taken over as the top sport in the country.
No.
Still think baseball, right? Yeah. I know you're a baseball guy.
Nah, I do enjoy it. Hand off to Laquan Lee. He'll stretch it out.
He doesn't want to go out of bounds.
Will not go out of bounds, and that's a fine play by Laquan Lee. Clock continues to move, and they'll call timeout with a 1:09.
If they're able to stop him here, they don't let him get in the end zone. They'll still have a chance.
Making the tackle. Clock stopped at 1:09.
We'll see whether they will kick the field goal here. Calhoun has been very successful. That would make it a 6-point game. What do you think?
I'd kick the field goal.
I agree.
Not with Lou Sebastiani on the other side, because a couple of long plays, and all of a sudden you get into his range. At least you're forcing him to go the distance and to score on you. So I'd definitely kick it. Get the field goal, go up by 6, kick it away, get your defense back on the field, and force them to score a touchdown on you.
It's obviously a very makeable kick, be about 23, 24 yards. I have not seen whether or not the field goal unit has come out.
See, if they stop him here, let's say they stop him at the 10, then they need to go about 55 yards to give Sebastiani a shot. And with a minute still on the clock, that's certainly doable.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Now, of course, with
I'm not going against Coleman. He's already made the good decisions. So if he says go for it, I go with it.
With 4th down now, you also have to defend the pass as well, because they're not concerned about having the clock run.
No, got to defend the pass.
So Isgro inside the 5, drops back to throw, and a fade pattern thrown up.
Nice defensive play. That was a terrific defensive play by the corner out there.
Chris Langham from Overbrook, and I tell you what, he's a burner. That kid has some serious speed.
Well, he did a terrific job tackling the guy down here. That stopped that touchdown because they were able to turn it over on downs at that point, right?
That's right.
And then he makes this play, and that was just an outstanding play by him. Good positioning. They're trying to go up top, take advantage of the size differential, and he makes the play. Now, remember, about 55 yards. You got to go about 57 yards to probably give Sebastiani a shot. The wind is kind of blowing in the direction with White, so it might have the wind won't hurt him. Let's put it that way. It's blowing a little bit from to the backs of the White squad.
64 seconds left in this 4th quarter. 21-18. White team. Folsom now. 2 receivers split both left and right. Back to pass with time across the middle, and it's tipped. He had that deep post pattern for Darby. That was actually Ellis.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I'd love to do. At this situation, I would try to get people going deep. You see the wind blowing a little bit there in the direction of the Whites' backs. I would send a few people deep and try to get Ellis one-on-one out of the backfield or something like that to give him a little bit of extra space, because this is a guy that can make some serious moves and pick up some big yardage. And I think that's what they were trying to do. A good, smart play by Coach Folsom is trying to get the ball to Ellis underneath, spread everything out. He had some guys going downfield to get that opening in the middle of the field for Ellis.
Shotgun, Folsom, back to pass. Rush, tackled, sacked.
Yeah, the patterns are just too deep. You're not going to be able to hold the blocks that long. The patterns are just too deep that time. You had all 4 guys going about 20 yards downfield.
Not only that, in high school football, the clock stops when you get a 1st down. So again, you don't have to get big chunks.
No, you don't.
If you would in the pros.
Now with 30 seconds, you got to go downfield.
Folsom in his end zone, throws it deep, throws it triple coverage, and no flag.
Trying to go up that top for Ellis, and I know he's a terrific athlete. 3 guys surround him. But you're right, you know, you get the move, everything, the chains stop. The clock stops when you're able to move them chains. Now you have to be able to get a first down here with 25 seconds left to stop the clock, keep at least the drive, give yourself a chance.
Marcus, line up here, tight end.
25 seconds left. 4th down.
George, right here. No, tight end, tight end, tight end. Right down the chute, George. George.
Whistle blows and they'll restart. Trips right. Folsom with time again, throws it up, throws it deep, and nobody there but Blue. And that's going to be it for this white squad. 16 seconds remain. I'd assume the blue squad will take a knee and they will be victorious in an excellent Adam Taliaferro Classic.
Yeah, another good one. Getting spoiled over the last couple of years. We had a couple of blowouts there, and this one, everything we thought it would be. Another competitive game with some nice athletic plays. You see a couple of big plays. Landis Williams early in the game with a nice play. And then a couple of plays, including, was it Hank? Hank? Yeah, Hank. Hanf earlier. Tightrope down the sideline.
Saw the blue squad coaching, the white squad coaching staff, and Isgro will come back, take a knee, and that'll do it here for this football game. As the blue squad victorious from Rowan University, the Adam Taliaferro Classic is in the book. The 16th annual sees the blue team victorious over the white 21-18. Mike Isgro, the quarterback of Absegami, able to guide his team successfully under the tutelage of Doug Coleman from Absegami. Good game, a lot of talent, and always a lot of fun, Shawn.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, we got to see some talent down on the field. Very exciting game, and that's what it's all about, and especially for the great cause. It was nice to see Adam up here, and I think they just do an outstanding, not a good job, they do an outstanding job of this whole event. It is absolutely outstanding.
Well, coaches are getting together talking about what we discussed earlier, but again, final score from Rowan University. Blue on top of white, 21-18 for my producer, director Stan Ritter, my partner Shawn Leary. I'm Rob Christ. Thanks for joining us. Great way to start off our 2006 football season as the blue on top of the white, 21-18 in the Adam Taliaferro Football Classic. Good night, everybody.